Hey, good morning, Facebook friends. I hope you're having a great day. I'm just kicking into my Friday. I gotta go get in my car. I'm gonna be in my car most of the day today, unfortunately, but at least it's not snowy out. Anyhow, I wanted to log on here for a minute. And, there's this recent hashtag, the Me Too, and I can tell you I'm a Me Too story also. I've got several of them, but I'm not going to make today's Facebook Live about my Me Too. And I've got a few of them crazy, but, this recent one that just came out was about President Bush, who I wouldn't say was one of my favorite presidents by all means, but anyways, he's 93 years old. There's been two females that have come out to say that he groped them or whatever, and to tell you the truth, I don't know if it was intentional. May have been, may have not been. But the story goes that since he is partially paralyzed on the one arm, that when it reaches out inappropriately or whatever, he's come up with this joke that he says of Dr. Copperfield. And anyhow, I don't know if that's true or not, but this is just my own personal take. Now, unlike the average 45-year-old, I've been exposed to a lot of nursing homes, a lot of elderly care. I've been exposed to a lot of seniors. And there's a couple of shifts that are happening with this politically correct movement. And I just hope that we don't, I don't know, lose connection with our seniors. And this is what I want to say to you is people change. People that we love when they get older, their brains shift, and some of them are very fortunate. They'll be able to keep their wit and their, common sense about them, and some unfortunately don't. And it's surreal when you see people that you love that their personalities change, and part of it just has to do with their body changing, their mind physically changing. And anyhow, but with that being said, it's an unfortunate, tragic, thing. It's happened pretty much most of us as females have experienced it at some point or another. Now, whether or not this Bush thing was intentional, I don't know. But I just kind of want to point out, things change when you get older. Dementia sets in, and Alzheimer's, and just, getting older and your brain not working right. But the other day I was on Facebook and I was in this group post, and it was a young mom who had I think her baby was like 3 months old, and her uncle had reached out to her. And oh no, I apologize. The baby was 1 month old, and the uncle reached out to her, and he lived 3 hours away. He wanted her to come to, sorry, this is my dog Kelly over here having a party with the squirrels. But he wanted her to drive down 3 hours and come stay at their house to care for the grandma for 1 month. And, naively, the young lady was thinking about, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Well, that's great. You love your grandma and you want to do it. But the problem becomes, has that grandma changed? Does she have dementia? Is she going to be taking care of a newborn with a grandma that has now progressed down to, a mindset of like a toddler? So, there's shifts that happen. People don't realize it till they get there. And a lot of times the medical field, they don't tell you about it till you get there. And then you're kind of half wondering what the hell's going on with this person. And it takes time to even figure it out. And I'm speaking from experience. So, but I can tell you, it doesn't always happen that way. My grandfather was 97 years old. I never remember him copping a feel on anybody. And he, never seemed to lose his, marbles. He was totally focused and knew, everything that he had learned through life still when he was 97. So that was a blessing. But that doesn't always happen. And I just kind of want to point it out. I remember in one instance, this was when my husband was in assisted living. No, he was in a nursing home at this point. And there was another patient that had actually dropped the N-bomb. It was evident that that guy wasn't quite himself anymore. You could tell that. But what was said was the staff that was there, they took it personal and they didn't realize he had a actual, medical condition. But what was said was the aftermath, and I started seeing how they started neglecting him in the hallways and in the cafeteria. And one of the other staff members had shared with me what had happened. And, anyways, that particular organization ended up getting reported to the state. And anyway, I won't go into it much further than that. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is there's definitely a shift going on. We're talking about changes. But while we're going through these changes, let's be a little bit sensitive to some people that are seniors that, they have that mind shift of dementia coming in. Or, maybe there is a senior that has a stroke that loses control of their arm and they make what used to be considered a funny joke to cover it up. Sometimes they do that to, I don't know, pride, maybe, shame, feeling ashamed that they don't have control over their mind and body like they used to. I know I'm speculating. Fortunately, I haven't, had to go through it myself, but I've witnessed it. So, but building off that, one of the other Me Too's that I want to share with you is senior abuse happens every single day. So, and this was one of my reasons why I'm coming on here today is I've seen the hug that Bush gave that lady, and then there was another lady that came up that said that he used the same line, the death, whatever it is, Copperfield. Um, I don't know, but I know that senior abuse happens every single day, and these are people that cannot speak out, that can't say anything. They don't have a resource to go to, and sometimes they don't even have the ability mentally to speak out that they're being abused. But if you look, there's signs. So that's my Me Too that I want to point out to you. There's probably many seniors that can't get on social media and share it with you, but I want to bring it to your awareness. It happens to them. And just to maybe be a little compassionate. I'm not saying tolerate sexual harassment. I have zero tolerance or patience for that. But I think that as a human race, we need to also look at the whole story. So I don't know. What's your food for thought? Leave a message in the comments below. If you could avoid like any hateful comments, I would appreciate it. I'm just trying to share awareness of another group of people that can't speak out for themselves and that unfortunately do have a tendency to decline a bit as they get older. And guess what, you guys? Eventually, if we're lucky, all of us eventually are going to be there. We're going to be that senior that might say something stupid or do something stupid. And I hope that we get created with compassion. But there's some ignorance that's just not tolerable. But I just wonder, was that an accident or is it newsworthy that it's been on the news nonstop for the past couple days? Because I don't hear anybody talking about the seniors that are being abused and assaulted. And if you guys think that it doesn't happen, you're the ones that are naive. So it's a little wake up call. It might not, be the happiest message that I send out here, but I just wanted to share it with you because it's a message that a lot of people just aren't going to talk about because maybe they're not aware of it till they get there, and experience it themselves with their family and loved ones. And typically that's when chaos is happening and things are, spiraling out of control and you're trying to just, grab uh, common ground to get your loved one better. So you don't have time to speak out about this stuff, but it's real. And I think that we need to have a little patience and compassion with our seniors. And that certainly doesn't mean that they get to cop a feel, but what I can tell you is most 90-some-year-olds aren't the ones that are trying to cop a field. Those are the ones that are usually getting taken advantage of. So, I don't know, show a senior some love today, be kind. And yeah, so for all the women that have gone out and they have openly shared their stories, I want to personally thank you. Like I said at the beginning, I have Me Too stories, but I really wanted to make today about seniors and ones that can't speak out, to let you know there's an abundance of them. They just might not be able to get online and post the Me Too stuff. So, anyways, you guys have a beautiful Friday. I got to get my act together and drive down to Oakland County, and I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to try to do it before the rush hour madness. All right. So all of you that have a loved one that's suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia, I've been there. Um, just take baby steps and do what you can do to help them and make sure that you're taking care of yourself. All right, you guys. Have a great day. See ya.